Phuket Extra is brought to you by Coast Beach Club and Bistro at Centara Grand Beach Resort. Chill in the sun, sip under the stars.
Sawadee krap, and thank you for joining us for this edition of Phuket Extra, brought to you by Coast Beach Club and Bistro at Centara Grand Beach Resort, Phuket. I'm JP Mistanza. And we'll kick things off with Lepang and Layan Beach on the western shore of Phuket, whereas 200 military personnel are kicking out 8 restaurants, dismantling structures that were encroaching on public land. Lepang and Layan's beachfront clearing follows the high-profile clearing of Surin Beach from last week. But unlike Surin, officials are dismantling the structures and not bulldozing them, since on Layan Beach, they're all privately built, while many of Surin's structures were originally built by the government. Tony's restaurant was the first to go, despite a last-ditch effort by the owner to delay the clearing yesterday morning. Only 8 out of the 10 buildings are being cleared, since 2 of the remaining businesses still have appeals waiting to be heard in court. And today marks the 12th anniversary of the Kruse Mosque incident, and security forces in southern Thailand are on high alert for possible violent attacks by separatists. 108 ethnic Malay Muslims were killed by security forces back on April 28, 2004 in Pattani. Now, foot patrols by defense volunteers and security officials are taking place at Yala, Pattani, and Narathiwat provinces. Concrete barriers and checkpoints are also being set up across the south, as Muslim separatists are being blamed for a spate of recent bombings and gun attacks in the past few months. And is Thailand's airport security dubious? That's what many are asking themselves after officials in Bangkok's Don Mueang airport just barely prevented a passenger from bringing a gas tank onto a plane. The passenger was stopped at the gate before boarding a flight. An argument ensued after security officials told him he couldn't bring a gas tank on a plane. And Phuket Extra will be right back after this, so stay right there. Welcome back to Phuket Extra. Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha is defending the military's detainment of over 25 people across Thailand who are said to have made, quote, provocative political comments on social media. 10 people were arrested early yesterday morning, including 2 men in Khon Kaen, a ramen noodle shop owner and a chicken and rice shop owner. A protest over the 10 detainments was organized yesterday evening in Bangkok, where authorities arrested 16 more people. The PM says they've all violated the law and should have been arrested. And a heap of charred bones that were found in a forest in Udon Thani last week are prompting several theories, just as authorities try to identify the bodies with forensic testing. The bones were found at a site known as Kok Tau Kampa in Udon Thani after bushes covering them were burned by a wildfire. Locals in the northeast city are saying that police are connected to a possible murder and cover-up, though authorities are denying their accusations. Meanwhile, 10 families have lodged missing person complaints after the discovery of the bones, including a former mayor of a nearby district who's hoping to find the remains of his brother, who went missing 8 years ago. And finally, the sweltering April heat is setting a record. Officials are saying this is the longest and hottest heat wave in 65 years. The average temperature this month has been 40 degrees Celsius, and the hottest day hit 44.3 degrees, just short of the all-time record of 44.5, set back in 1960. And thanks for joining us for today's Phuket Extra, brought to you by Coast Beach Club and Bistro at Centara Grand Beach Resort, Phuket. Join us again tomorrow. Stay classy, Phuket.
This is the Phuket News. This is Novosti Phuketa. This is Puji Dao Xinwen, the new Chinese language newspaper for Phuket. Available at 600 locations around Phuket. Your island, your newspapers.